Call Allah, Alhaina, Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, Wa Malaki, Bahashim, Harwa, Kakwadash, Barakatham, the water, Baba, Wakwam, Yashrala. Double honor to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone who teach us daily. To the men out there teaching the likewise doctrine, I say, Shalom. So, like you for my voice, I just got up, so my voice got to take a minute to adjust. But let's go ahead and get into the video. This video I'm about to show y'all is about how Trump basically took an allowance set aside for the military and repackaged it and renamed it and lied to the military like he's giving them new money. This is the thing. There's this allowance in the military called BAH, which means basic allowance for housing. And there's another one called BAQ. I think that one is for food, for groceries. So what Trump did, he renamed this allowance some type of warrior something, and he trying to reintroduce it like it's a bonus. But this is money that they're getting anyway. He's trying to buy back. He's trying to bribe the military with money that's already entitled to them. You see but see, y'all think y'all can trust this man. We told y'all can't trust Trump. The Apocrypha told y'all in Sirach chapter 12, verse 10, never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusted so is his wickedness. Now, Trump has been reaching all kind of all-time new lows, but this should show you there's no limit to their lying and there's no limit to their wickedness. So I'm gonna go ahead and play the video, but before we do that, let's get the copyright. This is copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use of purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Let's go ahead and grab the video. And the name of this video is Trump's warrior dividend payments are a massive scam. And he's exactly right.
So I have to correct something that I mentioned the other morning in a live stream when I said that after Trump announced his $1,776 bonuses to members of the military that are going out before Christmas, I said that in about 2 to 3 weeks, we would likely find out where Donald Trump was actually stealing the money from, because you can't just create money. Congress has the power of the purse. They allocate funds to certain things, and they have to be used for those certain things unless it's a form of discretionary spending. Then Trump would take the money from that. But I said 3, maybe 2 weeks, we would learn where he was stealing the money from. And that's where I was wrong. Because apparently it took less than 24 hours for Donald Trump's entire scam to be exposed. And we learned very quickly where this money is actually coming from. Yes, Donald Trump is going to give these checks to active duty members of the military. And it's money that they were already owed. This is not a bonus. He's just relabeling it and taking it away from money that they should be getting. So they're actually getting less than what was allocated to them. The money is in fact coming from the housing allowance that members of the military are supposed to receive as part of the One Big Beautiful Bill. So this is not new money. This is not extra money. This was money that was already going to go to these people so that they could afford to have a home. And Trump is now rebranding it his warrior dividend, says Captain Bone Spurs, and pretending like he is being super generous and giving these people money that they otherwise would not have had. The other problem with that, of course, is listen, I nothing against anybody in the military. I'm not trying to say that, but I live in a military town. We have a massive Pensacola Naval Air Station right here. We've got Eglin Air Force Base. We've got several other military bases, all within like 20 miles of here. It's a huge military town. And we see the new recruits, okay? They go out and they party, you know, they're spending, they're signing, bonuses like there's no tomorrow. You see all these very young, 18 or 19-year-olds driving around in brand new Camaros because they just signed up for the military and they spent that whole big check they got on a new car. And again, I'm not saying that to disparage these people, but look, we see it. They're young kids, they're bad with money. They're going to get these checks and they're not going to realize that this was actually part of their housing stipend. They're going to think it's extra and they're going to think the housing stipend is still coming. So they're going to go and blow this extra money. Mm-hmm. Trust me, I know, I see it every day. And then when it comes time to pay for housing, they're going to get their stipend check, realize it's been reduced by $1,776, and they're not going to be able to afford their rent. That's what's going to happen. Not just here with these military bases. It's going to happen to military members all over the country that don't realize that Donald Trump robbed Peter to pay Paul. Mm-hmm. He stole money from you to give to you, disguised as something else without you not knowing, or without you knowing that this money's not coming now. Mm-hmm. The money that you are counting on. This isn't a gift to the military. It is screwing them over, and most of them don't even realize that it's happening because they're not getting this news.
So let me ask you this. When the military does find out what Trump has really done, how do you think this is going to affect the military personnel? Are they going to be more in favor of Donald Trump or more against him? See, this is the thing about Edom. It's time for Esau to fall. The Lord has already deemed this time for Esau to fall. So nothing Esau will do will benefit him. Everything that he will try to do, the Lord is going to throw a monkey wrench in it and make his situation worse. Trump is not an accident. Trump is destined to destroy America.
And that's what's horrific about this. They're going to go out there, they're going to blow the 1776, spend it on Christmas gifts, maybe spend it on themselves. Who cares? But they will care when next month's rent comes due, mm-hmm. and they realize that they accidentally blew it because Donald Trump lied to them, just like he always does. Thanks for watching, and if you are...
All right, we can come out of this. Yeah, man. There's no limit to their lies, no limit to their wickedness. Trump would do anything to get favoritism from people and not even caring about long-term effects. That's what's going to get him messed up. All these impetuous, impulsive lies that he think he's a genius for coming up with, they're just setting him up for failure down the road. Let's roll. Let's get some scriptures, man. Oh, this is perfect. This is Sirach chapter 12, verse 17. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. Though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee every time. And this is undermining because you got these people thinking they got $1,700 extra coming when you just rename their rent money something else. That's deceit. Psalm chapter 5, verse 9. For there is no faithfulness in their mouth, their inward part is very wickedness, their throat is an open sepulchre, they flatter with their tongue. Job chapter 15, verse 34. For the congregation of hypocrites shall be desolate, and fire shall consume the tabernacles of bribery. See, he tried to indirectly turn this into a bribe. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 28. for there are a nation void of counsel, neither is there any understanding in them. Because they go for short yardage, short-term victories, not knowing that it's going to turn into a long-term defeat. And that right there is the very indication of a child itself, because a child doesn't think things through. A child goes for instant gratification. This was to appease Trump's ego and to you could say influence the military to carry out Trump's illegal orders, war crimes. Yeah. John chapter 8, verse 44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth, because there's no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he's a liar and the father of it. Exactly. Job chapter 15, verse 34. They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity, their belly prepare deceit. Psalm chapter 58, verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. There's more. Psalm chapter 31, verse 18. Let the lying lips be put to silence, which speak grievous things proudly and contemptuously against the righteous. That's all this man does. I think he lies more than he breathes. If that was even possible. Trump will make it possible. Psalm chapter 64, verse 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And that's happening right now, because the world has realized what a big liar Trump is, and they don't want nothing to do with him. Because trusting liars is very dangerous. Isaiah chapter 32, verse 7. The instruments also of the churl, which is a wicked person, are evil. He devises wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right. See, he packaged this as a bonus, as something, a reward, but it's actually setting you up for failure, because now you think this money is extra, but it's actually your rent money. So the military personnel could live off base in a house or an apartment. BAQ, that's for your groceries. Yeah, he's setting these people up because they don't know they're spending their rent money. He called it a bonus. See how deceptive these people are? Psalm chapter 10, verse 7. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. Emphasis on mischief. Job chapter 13, verse 4. For ye are forgers of lies, your all physicians of no value. Psalm chapter 52, verse 2. The tongue deviseth mischief like a sharp razor working deceitfully. Verse 3. Thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than to speak righteousness a lie. They don't care what come out of their mouth. That's what make them dangerous. Isaiah chapter 9, verse 16. For the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. Exactly. This man setting you up for failure. You got you out here blowing your rent money. See what else I got. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 12. If a ruler hearkens to lies, all his servants are wicked. That's everybody in the White House. Proverbs chapter 7, verse 14. Behold, he travaileth with iniquity, and have conceived mischief, and have brought forth falsehood. 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Proverbs chapter 14, verse 15. The simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well toward his going. You better investigate and fact check everything that come out this man's mouth. Sirach chapter 13, verse 6. This is bribery right here in itself. If he have need of thee, he will deceive thee. He will smile upon thee and put thee in hope. He will speak thee fair and say, what wantest thou? See, he knows what he's about to ask this military to do. So he has to get back on the good side because he keeps pissing them off. Not to mention, got these people down in Venezuela committing war crimes and then throwing them under the bus. That's not a good look. Proverbs chapter 20, Salakia, this is Isaiah chapter 29, verse 15. Woe to them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us? They think they don't nobody know what they're doing. When you got ex-military explaining this to civilians for what it is, not for what he packaged it to be. Psalm chapter 73, verse 12. Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. They increase in riches. You're not supposed to, if you're a president, I think your salary is between $200,000 and $400,000 a year. Presidents have no business being billionaires because they can't relate to the people financially. But see, you geniuses put this man in office thinking that he actually cares for the poor man. If voting was real. But see, that's another part of Esau's deception. He wants you to feel guilty about voting for him when voting doesn't even, it's not real. Presidents are selected, not elected. But you walk around here feeling guilty because you voted for this man. Your vote didn't count. He was already chosen to play this role. So relieve yourself of that guilt and get mad at the deception that has been played upon you. The voting system, all the lies that come out this man's mouth. That's what you should be pissed off about. Let's go to Micah. Well, we can just get verse 1. Micah chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds when the morning is light. They practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Everything, every little scheme they can come up with, they're going to put it into play because they think they slick like that. Obadiah chapter 1, verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. See what this one is. And read all these. Oh, this one, Sirach chapter 27, verse 26. This is going to happen to Trump and his whole administration and Edom as a nation entirely. Sirach chapter 27, verse 26. Whoso diggeth the pit shall fall therein, and he that setteth the trap shall be taken therein. You setting your own traps. You setting yourself up for your own failure, I would say. Verse 27, he that worketh mischief, it shall fall upon him, and he shall not know when it cometh. That's where the Lord comes in at, with the monkey wrenches. James 1 and 8, A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. That's why it's dangerous to trust them. This government has nothing good for you. Bam, that's right. See, that's the spirit right there. This is Psalm chapter 94, verse 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law? That is very mischievous and very misleading and deceptive, and it was done on purpose to regain some of the trust lost between the military and the government. But when this pans out and these people see how Trump got them blowing their rent money, it's going to make the trust factor between the military and the government, it's going to widen that trust gap instead of closing it. And you can expect mutiny. You can expect certain military personnel to rebel against their government because this government can't be trusted. And this government got them out there committing war crimes. And this government probably gonna get them killed because these countries just ain't gonna let you just do whatever you want to do. Right now, this man dying up time, he even came out and admitted that he wanted Venezuela's oil. We told y'all this was the end game. He just made up a lie to get the military down there. Then the truth came out. But see, that excuse they use to get down to Venezuela is going to come back and bite them in the ass as well, because now the ICC, the International Criminal Courts, have indicted Pete Hegseth and Donald Trump for 87 counts of murder. Yeah, one of the lowest monkey wrenches that they did not foresee. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 13. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. And the Lord is running it all because the deceived and the deceiver are his. Roughly paraphrasing the scripture. Isaiah chapter 26, verse 10, let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord. He won't do right because he can't. He won't show empathy because he doesn't know what empathy is. He wasn't given empathy. He really wasn't. He tried to play tough, like empathy is beneath him, but he wasn't given empathy because the whole nation of Edom is in agreement with the scripture down in the Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2, that our strength be law. And what that translates to is we don't care about right and wrong. It's about because we said it. That's why Esau's kingdom is coming to an end, because it wasn't created to last forever. Look at the moves, look at the sloppy moves these people making. You think this is sustainable? No. This man just come off the dome with any kind of lie, and people just supposed to say, okay. The other nations just supposed to agree with these liars and these murderers? No. This is not sustainable. Second Ezra chapter 8, verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them in the latter time, shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. Right. They don't think nothing gonna bring them down. Sirach chapter 25, verse 7. There be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man to have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. Exactly. That's what we anticipating. Waiting on the Lord. Put this man down. Get 144,000 to green light to tie him up. Yahweh we be of that number. Psalm chapter 28, verse 3. Draw me not away with the wicked and with the workers of iniquity, which speak peace to their neighbors, but mischief is in their hearts. Sirach chapter 14, verse 5. He that is evil to himself, to whom shall he be good? He shall not take pleasure in all his goods. This man lied to his own people. But you Christians think he just love you. Okay, I'm finna show you some love. Sirach chapter 10, verse 3. An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 16. Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child. Childish lies, yeah. And thy princes eat in the morning. Psalm chapter 55, verse 20. This is Esau right here. He had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He had broken his covenant. And that's what he's doing in Venezuela right now. And even the allied nations, yeah. He had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. Just starting shit. He broke his covenant. He broke the treaty. He's always breaking treaties, agreements. Psalm chapter 29, verse 12. If a ruler hearkeneth to lies, all his servants are wicked. Let's get this one. Sirach chapter 8, verse 13. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before the Lord. Just doing whatever. And that's why it says right here, he shall not prolong his days. He ain't gonna be in rulership forever. Matter of fact, he destroying his own rulership right now. Only an idiot. What's superior about destroying your own kingdom? That's what idiots do. And what makes him a real bigger idiot is he's in denial about all of it. Because he feels like if he stays in denial about it and pretend he don't know what he's doing, he don't have to address it. So in essence, Esau, he's been shooting himself in the foot so much that now he can't walk. And if you can't walk, you can't rule. We can close with this one. 2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So Esau, we got a message for you, baby. Hurry up. Hurry up and get through fucking up and get out the way so the Israelites can show you how it's done. Call Halayim La, Alahai Now, Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, Wa Malaki, by Hashem, Harwat, Wakakorash, Barakatham, the water by Babal, Wakwam, Yasharala. Shalom.